people, it's your girl Adeola. Now, as you guys know, there are stories that I stay away from. Not just because I don't gossip, but it's also because I'm a peace-loving person. So you understand? And I stay away from controversy as much as possible. For example, this week, yes, I'm supposed to talk about how the governor of Rivers State, Governor Nyesom, Wike, was removed from governorship. That is not right. Let's try again. I'm supposed to talk about how the governor of Rivers State got fired. The guy was removed, given quit notice, sack letter. Can you imagine? They told him, Oga, Mr. Governor, you are no longer the governor. The election that got you into office was massively rigged. Therefore, we have to conduct a new election. Hey, what, I'm supposed to talk about that, but you see, I cannot. No, please, don't even try. Don't beg me. Shut up. So please don't even try. Don't beg me. I cannot talk about that kind of story because as usual, enemies of progress will start saying that I am sponsored by APC. Just imagine that insult. Hey, me, sponsored. Look at me from top to bottom now, Even if you look at some of the comments below this video, you will see what I'm talking about. And by the way, if you're watching for the first time, no, I'm not sponsored by any political party. I'm a freelancer and I don't get sponsored by any political party. So I can't talk about what happened to Governor Wike, even though we all know that election in Rivers State was massively rigged. Abba, how can 293,000 people be accredited and PDP alone got more than 1 million votes? I mean, seriously, even if you are going to read, people are not dumb now. Accredited voters, 293,000. How does one person get 1 million votes? 1,028,000 votes. Mr. Wike, what did you do? So yes, everybody knows that election was rigged. And cancelling it is the right thing to do. But, I cannot talk about that. I don't want any wahala, I beg. But this whole thing reminded me of the man that delivered the votes from Rivers State. You guys remember him?
It's just that I don't like reading hand-written material. I read typed material. Now let's get it clear.
No, but Prof, who wrote that?
I did, under special conditions.
Oh my God. He only reads typed materials. He reads typed materials. That man was a case by himself.
But back home, I read the table now. But your life here, joking Abuja, are all from work.
CPT.
That's it, sir.
Yeah.
It's very entertaining. He said that he wrote the vote by himself, or he wrote it with his own hands, but suddenly he couldn't read it. But you know what got my attention was when he said that he wrote it under special condition.
I did, under special conditions.
What special condition? Was someone dictating to him what to write? You see what I'm saying? Anyway, I won't get into Rivers State election. I know that right now some people are celebrating, like this man that released this video, remember?
Is this an election? Presiding officer, is this an election? Look back. Is this an election? Is this an election? Massive rigging here. Are you seeing? Is this an election?
Is this an election? Is this an election? My brother, you have been vindicated. In fact, some people have no shame. They can't even hide their excitement. Come and see pictures. Wild celebration in Rivers State. Men and women. I said, maybe these people are also sponsored by APC. No, so. Although having said all that, not everybody is celebrating. A lot of people are upset. Come and see anger on Facebook, on Twitter, everywhere. So many supporters of Wike. They've been very, very upset. Why are you putting up the photo of Mama Patience? You like trouble. Did I mention her name? I said some people are not happy. So far, the governor has said he would appeal this decision by the Tribunal. So we'll see what happens. However, he will remain the governor until the next election. Now, for those that are celebrating, if I were you, I would actually be worried because of what the man would do between now and the next election. If you know that you may be living in the next 2-3 months, I don't know when the election would be, what would you do if you were Wike? Already there are reports that he's been stealing billions of naira. It wasn't me that said it. It was Amechi that said that. So for those that are celebrating, you better be worried about what the man may do between now and the next election. Waiting be my own. The only thing is, I learned a very important lesson from all these things. I said, now we know that in Nigeria, it is a new day. The people that are getting away with corruption today better wake up. Eventually, it may catch up with you. Those that rigged election, we know you. All the people that rigged election, we know that, we know their names. Uncle Fayose, how you there now? Why did you put up his photo? Did I? Shit. What is wrong with you now? They will say you are being sponsored by APC. He actually went to Jerusalem last week. Governor Fayose of Ekiti State. Very wonderful man. He went there to pray. May the Lord hear all our prayers. Very wonderful man. He went with his family. But as I was saying, all the people that read elections better be careful. One by one, they are picking them up. It's coming to you. But still on River State, Governor Amaechi was finally screened last week. I'm sure you all watched it. It was quite an interesting session. It was filled with drama. By the way, a lot of people did not believe Amaechi during that screening when he said this.
Now, you've asked me to define corruption. Corruption is very difficult to define. If you're a public officer and you don't take bribe, I have never taken bribe in my life.
Yes, okay, I didn't say me. I'm just saying people. You know how people are. They talk too much. Maybe the man has never collected or given or received any bribe. But all I know is the other time that I interviewed him, he told me he didn't have money to build the house. I need some water after the service, okay. That was a little bit hard for me to process through the medulla oblongata of my mind. I found that really interesting. Anyway, it was interesting to see how people were celebrating with Amaechi after he was screened. I said, wow, this was the same governor that was being hunted during President Jonathan's tenure. You know, they were witch hunting that man left and right. Now, he's been transformed into a hero. It looks like his enemies have only succeeded in making him more popular. So, such is life. By the way, and you know, this is between me and you, but I was honestly shocked when some pictures surfaced last week. They said these were schools built by Amaechi when he was governor. When I saw those pictures, my eyes got big. Can you imagine that these are public schools? Hey, whoa! Hey, che, look at that. My whole body got hot. I said, why? Why didn't the governor of my own state build schools like this when I was growing up? Not even private schools looked like this when I was growing up. Basketball court in a public school, look at that. Not only that, I saw pictures of hospitals that he apparently built. And to put insult upon injury, they told me that these hospitals are free. I said, what? All of this is free? But you know, as excited as I was when I saw those photos, I said, I cannot talk about these things. Take it down, my dear. Take it down, because you know, once again they will say I'm being sponsored by Amaechi. The funny thing is, the day I met Governor Amaechi and interviewed him, he had no idea who I was. I was so happy. But he must have seen an episode of my show, because at the end of the interview he was like, there's this girl that did an analysis on Goodluck Jonathan, Atiku, and Buhari. Were you the girl? I said, me? No, sir, I don't even know her. I've never heard about her. Yet some people believe that he sponsors my show. I said, what an insult. Can you imagine? But hey, I need to talk to the governor of my state. Because why didn't my own school look like this when I was growing up? These children are Nigerians. No, so I am also a Nigerian. We should have the same rights. Why did I not have the rights to a school that look like this? No wonder I still don't know how to speak English. The same thing with Edo schools. They've been refurbishing those schools. Public schools are now stepping up in so many states. What have we done for the governor of our own states now to treat us like this? Even in Kaduna, I heard that the governor just announced that he will start arresting parents whose children are not in school. Can you imagine? For real, I think I need to talk to my governor right now. Give me that phone. I need to talk to him myself. Moving on to Botswana. Botswana, that is reportedly the least corrupt country in Africa, by the way. So what is going on in Botswana? My people, is it true that the government spent 12 years constructing a new airport terminal? 12 years. If it takes 12 years to construct a terminal, how many years will it take to construct a whole airport? And then when it was opened, my Botswanese people started complaining. Listen to this. That thing doesn't qualify as an international airport. It's an airstrip. What? That is good, though. It is an embarrassment to the nation. Project implementation, monitoring, supervision, etc. is a problem in this government. You see what I'm saying? It takes years for wine to mature and taste good. Let's go. Are you making fun of the government? There is God, my brother. It's not fair. It's already outdated and obsolete. Wow. This is the airport terminal they just opened. It needs a serious refurbishment. I think they implemented a 1960s plan. Ooh, wow. It is still small, no space for shops, except that one monster expensive restaurant. Wow. So only one restaurant fit in the new terminal? Like, really? Okay. My Botswanese people, it looks like you guys are not impressed by that new terminal. What I heard was that it was scheduled to be completed before the 2010 FIFA World Cup in South Africa. Not only did it not make 2010 World Cup, but it did make 2014. It didn't make 2014 World Cup. I was really disappointed. I was disappointed because this is supposedly the least corrupt country in Africa. And I know that the government enjoys diamond money. So I'm not sure why it took so long. What is happening? Mr. President, what is happening? Hopefully the government can help to speed up other projects, because don't tell me everything else will be taking 12 years. This thing is not as big as some mega churches, at least in Nigeria, that I know. And I don't know of any mega church in Nigeria that took 12 years to complete. Not like they will start and then they will move in and continue with the construction. No, I'm talking about spending 12 years before they even move in at all. Seriously, this is like a scam. It's like the government of Botswana is scamming the people. Now, having said all that, when I looked at the pictures of the actual airport in Botswana, I was like, hey, you are kidding me. You are kidding me. This airport looks better than so many airports in Nigeria. Check this out. Check it out. I said this is Botswana. Shut up. I want to go right now. That is an escalator. Not be so an escalator that actually works. Sure, you understand? You need to understand that there are some airports in Nigeria that cannot be. Do you have photos of that Port Harcourt airport? My people, this is an international airport. Just check out that floor. You know, just the floor alone. Check it out. Chey, this thing is not even completed, by the way. This is the reality on ground. Sure, you understand? But show them the photo of what they said they would deliver. Yes, this is the demo. This is what they promised to deliver to the people of Port Harcourt. Yes, can you see what they delivered? Change it to what they actually delivered. Look at the difference now, like a day and night. Look at the parking lot. Look at the parking. Are you kidding me? So, and it's not just Port Harcourt. I was in Nigeria this year. I can't believe that they are yet to finish that new terminal that they are building at the Lagos airport, Lagos International Airport. The parking lot, imagine people are still parking afar. It makes no sense. I hope that they are not trying to take 12 years as well to complete that airport in Lagos. This is a shame for Nigeria. Other African countries are doing better in many ways, but we like to call ourselves giants, no be so? Having said all that, I'm not dismissing the grievances of my Botswanese people. I still find it ridiculous that the government of Botswana will spend 12 years on this thing. That is not pardonable. But you guys know that I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So what is going on in Cameroon? 33 years in power. This is the 4th longest serving African president. And if I tell you the letters that I get from Cameroonians, I mean, let me read one. Adeola, I'm begging you in God's name to see into Cameroon's politics. Please, Biya and his thugs, that is the military and the ministers, they've taken away the future of young Cameroonians. Wow. All is not well in that country. Even the last opposition stronghold is now in bed with Biya. What? France is slapping the nation from the left and Biya is slapping the people from the right. Our currency is still pegged to French franc, which means Cameroonians are paying French taxes. No way. Is this true, my people of Cameroon? How is that possible? Which means everything you do in Cameroon, France gets a cut from it. What? Can you guys believe that? Again, this man is the 4th longest serving president in Africa. Keep in mind that the other countries, Angola, where their president has been there for 36 years, and Equatorial Guinea, where their president has been there for 36 years, those two countries have now introduced term limits. We're still waiting for Zimbabwe. Their own president has been there for 35 years. But Paul Biya has completely eradicated presidential term limits. Can you believe he's now 82 years old, and there are speculations that he wants to run again in 2018. That doesn't make sense. Him and his wife have enriched themselves at the expense of their own people. Madam, big hair with no brain. How do you function like that? We see the big hair, but use what is under the hair every now and then. I'm not yabbing her. I'm just stating the obvious. In fact, now I'm hearing that Madam is preparing to be the next president. I find it really, really hard to process that. Do you know what I'm hearing now? Which not only makes me upset, but it's ridiculous. Now I'm hearing that Nigerian prostitutes in Cross River are clashing with Cameroonian prostitutes. I'm like, so what has that to do with corruption in Cameroon? Apparently, many young girls from Cameroon are now moving to Nigeria to prostitute themselves because the economy is not going well. I said, whoa. I mean, that is not peculiar to Cameroon. There are so many Nigerian ladies that are working as prostitutes in Italy. But then somebody pointed out to me that Adeola, those ones in Italy, many of them, not all of them, many of them were tricked to go to Italy because they promised them better life. But these Cameroonian girls are resorting to prostitution of their own will. I said, but why would they come to Nigeria? And then I saw an article about how Yaoundé has doubled as a prostitution ring now, and I'll still come back to that. So Vanguard did an article on what I'm talking about how Nigerian prostitutes and Cameroonian prostitutes are clashing in Cross Rivers. The Cameroonian girls are available from 9 in the morning till the following morning, basically 24/7. And the word on the street is that they have better packaging. So you understand? Yeah. And they are more affordable. Sometimes they will collect as low as 1,500 naira. I'm like, what? That article is actually ridiculous. I read stuff in there that I cannot say out loud. Some of those girls were actually bragging about sleeping with 10 to 15 men a day. I was like, whoa. Basically, they are saying that the local girls don't come out till late at night, but the Cameroonian girls are always available. So they are stealing the show from the Nigerian prostitutes. I said, hey, this is a show of shame, with Nigerian girls, with Cameroonian girls, and Niger girls as well, all of them in Cross Rivers. However, many people are saying that so many of these ladies are forced into prostitution because the economy is a mess in Cameroon. At the same time though, I can't blame them because this president is only thinking about himself and his family. He's not thinking about the people. The main cocoa of this story is just to challenge my Cameroonian people. For real, my Cameroonian people, for how long would you put up with this man and his madam? Clearly, he's not going to step down. 33 years should be enough to convince you that the man is not ready to step down. I like to see Cameroon change. I like to see Cameroon become what it used to be. I heard that the former president did really well, but this man and his family, they've wrecked the economy of Cameroon. Having said that, Cameroon is not the only one where we have ladies that are prostituting themselves, so it's not peculiar to Cameroon at all, but it's just one of the ways that this administration is destroying the young people. Now, if you're one of these ladies and you're getting into prostitution, my dear, you have options. You don't have to do this. At least I know of one foundation. This foundation, what they do is to help young ladies that are getting into prostitution and stuff like that. This is a foundation that can help you out. Please make sure that you contact this foundation. It's owned by Miss Yvonne Idahosa and they're doing a wonderful job. I honestly cannot wait for the day that this man will be removed because I don't think he will step down. I'm just being honest. But you guys know that I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So the first email today is from Emmanuel and he said, Adeola, thank you for all that you said about Akpabio. I live in Uyo and all the stuff that he bragged that he built are not functioning properly. He's using it to deceive Akwa Ibomites. Now the e-library and the hospitals are all not functioning properly as he brags about, and what really annoys me most is how this new houseboy of his, the new governor, sits down there and backs him up. Instead of the present governor to do his work, he's busy backing up his master. If only the eyes of the youth in Akwa Ibom will be opened to see that these tyrants are the ones leading us, and yet they support them instead of standing their ground as leaders of the future. Wow. Presently, Akwa Ibom is the only state that sells fuel for 110 naira per liter. What? Is this true? If you live in Akwa Ibom, please, I need, everywhere else petrol is like 87 naira. No, so Akwa Ibom is an oil producing state. Why would they sell petrol for 110 naira per liter in Akwa Ibom? Hey, Nigerians, these people, they are scamming us. The next email is from someone that asked to be anonymous and he said, hi Adeola, please don't quote me on this, but reports that I'm getting is that the former governor Akpabio is still owing the company that constructed the stadium and that they are threatening to shut down the stadium for non-payment. I heard that they're trying really hard to keep it hush-hush in attempt to avoid embarrassment if it gets out. What? How Can this be? If you live in Akwa Ibom, please let me know. Is this true? Is this true that we're still owing money for that stadium? Like, really? That would be embarrassing. Okay, so the next email is from Mujahideen from Malaysia, and he said, "Hi Adeola, I'm going to talk about the forgotten state in Nigeria, that is Yobe. Do you know that Potiskum is the second most populated and largest local government in Nigeria after Zaria? There is only one local roundabout in all of Potiskum." What? The former governor, that is Buka Abba, spent 8 years without doing anything besides the mosque that he built. Since 1999, they've been in government, yet you can't imagine. He said, "Why do I have to work since we can just distribute the money?" And he's still bragging that he has Yobe in his pockets. Wow. Now he's a senator and his wife is the House representative, and she's one of the nominees for the ministerial list. Of course, it's a long email, but that's the summary of what he wrote. So my people in Yobe State, my people in Potiskum, please, I need to hear from you. Is it true you only have one local roundabout? Like, that's unacceptable. That is unacceptable. Hey. And the next email is by S. Adele Doherty. And this person said, "Hi Adeola, UBA has a branch in New York, and Atlanta is one of the sites for the BVN, except it has not been confirmed. This is the information that I got from UBA. I trust that would help somebody. Good luck." Wow, thank you so much for giving me this update about the BVN thing. As you guys know, those of us in the diaspora, we have to do our BVN. So this person is telling me now that he called his bank UBA and they told him that they have a branch in New York. So if you're using UBA, you should try to find out about the branch in New York. And he's saying there's also another one in Atlanta, or maybe he's saying that there's a BVN center in Atlanta. So make sure you try to find out. For those that are using GT Bank, you should also call your bank and find out if you've already updated your address to international address, because if you've done that, then you don't have to do the BVN. Like, I have updated my GT Bank account to international address a long time ago. So when I called them, they told me because I updated my address to international address, I'm not obligated to do the BVN thing. I can do it whenever I want. So if you're yet to do that, please make sure you do it. The month ending is coming. I'm waiting to see what the central bank will do at the end of this month, because you can't tell people at the end of the month that they won't have access to their money. Like, are you kidding me? No, really, you have to get your act together and stop charging us $45. It's not fair. All right, so that's all the time that I have for emails today. Please keep sending your emails to adeola.keepingitreal@gmail.com. Alright guys, it's been real and I'm keeping it real right up in here. Until next week, and we'll see you all later. Peace out.